starting lineup for the visiting team of the scoreboard, coming in with a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, currently ranked the number 15 team in the country by Principia and Wheeler Wildcats. A 6-foot senior guard, number 0, a 6'6" senior wing committed to Ole Miss, number 1, Jerron Salisbury. He's the number 36 junior in America, 6-foot guard, number 2, Kevin Savage III. He's the number 40 senior in the country, committed to UConn, 3, Tobin Landrew. And a 6'5" senior wing committed to Clemson, number 11, Marty James. The Wildcats are led by head coach Larry Thompson. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, coming in with also a perfect record of 4 wins, 0 losses, currently ranked the number 30 team in the country, Principia the Panthers. A 6'4" senior guard committed to Wake Forest, number 11, Quentin Coleman. A 6'3" junior guard, number 21, Gussie Toure. A 6'4" junior forward, number 25, Wyatt Slade. A 6'8" senior forward, number 32, Ron Henry. And a 6'9" junior forward, number 45, Sekou Cisse. The Panthers are led by head coach Jay Blossom. Officials for tonight's game: Kevin Hetherington, and Ryan Nish. And this is a quarterfinal matchup featuring 2 of the top 30 teams in the country. No good, 11. That's Amari James. Three, 2, Ron Henry.
That's a prank.
Playing for 11, Quentin Coleman. playing 2-1, concede to Ray. Fouls on Panthers 45, Sekou Cisse, that's his first personal foul, team first. The line, that's 2 shots. For the Wildcats, 11, Amari James. Fouls on the Wildcats, number 0, Lamarion Lewis. That's his first personal foul. Team first. Foul's been assessed to Wildcats head coach Larry Thompson. That'll be team's second foul. To the line, technical free throws for Panthers 11, Quentin Coleman. By 3-2, that's Ron Henry. Team second. Fouls on the Panthers, number 32, Ron Henry is first, team third. Out of bounds. We'll stay with the Wildcats. Tipped in, 11, Amari James. Bucket for 21, Yassine Toure. Laying for 11, Quentin Coleman, timeout, Wheeler, Wildcats, timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Jumper, Kingston, money.
The dance floor silly, the ladies gon' feel it. The fellas in the back, and they twisting up a belly. Get silly, get silly, get silly.
To jump balls the call.
Silly, get silly, get silly, get silly, get silly, get the dance floor silly. The ladies gon' feel it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
Foul's going to be on. Panthers number 11, Quentin Coleman is second, team fourth. jumper 2-1, Yassine Touré. That's your score here after one quarter play. In this quarterfinal matchup, number 1, 52nd annual Geico City of Palms Classic. Principia and Panthers 20, the Wheeler Wildcats 15.
I like more than jets, I like more than but nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Whatever you wanna see is up. I don't really need to be anything. All of that need is up.
Fouls on Panthers 2, Jaden Jones, his first, team first. Three-pointer knockdown of Amari James. Sekou Cisse. Three-pointer Colbin Landrew. Fouls on Panthers 0, Kingston Money is first, team second. Beautiful pass and bucket for 0. That's Lamarion Lewis. Fouls on the Wildcats, number 3, Coleman Landrew is first, team first. Count the buck for Principia 0, Kingston Money. He'll head to the line to shoot 1. Tough move, Amari James. Out of bounds. That foul's going to be on the Panthers, 21, Gassim Toure. That's his first, team third. To the line, 2 shots. Wildcats 1, that's Jerron Salisbury. Landrew, timeout, Principia. Panthers, timeout on the floor. Fouls on Panthers, 25, Wyatt Slay is first. Team fourth. To the line, 2 shots. Wildcat 0, Lamarion Lewis. Fouls on Panthers, 21, Gassim Toure, that's his second, team fifth. At line, one more shot, Wildcats, number 1, Jerron Salisbury. Gassim Toure. Fouls on Wildcats, 11, Amari James is first, team second. Fouls on Panthers 0, Kingston Money, that's his second personal foul. To the line, 2 shots, Wildcats 3, that's Colvin Landrew. Bucket 11, Quentin Colvin. Fouls on Wildcat 0, Lamarion Lewis, that's his second, team third. Laying good for 2. That's Kevin Savage, the third. And that's your score here to have this first quarterfinal matchup. The Wheeler Wildcats 34, Principia Panthers 33.
Team in the country.
Well, we saw in the first quarter. Forced turnovers.
'74 win yesterday versus Bishop McNamara, the number 20 team in the country. Shot 48% from the floor in that one. Landry was Wheeler with a 1-point lead as we're shortly into the second half at a very tight one. Principia dominated the first quarter. Wheeler responded very well, as you would expect the top 15 team in the country to do in the second. There's still plenty of basketball left between two teams who have been trading haymakers to this point.
It's a nice take there from Coleman. So two-man action, was able to get downhill. If you were Wheeler there, you got to provide some sort of help if there's a ball screen or handoff, especially as skilled of a guy as Coleman is.
Coleman now 5 of 5 from the free throw line, up to 16 points. Him and Landry have been two of the headliners in this tournament so far. So we're into day 3. Winner of this one faces PVI on Monday night in the semis at 6:30 p.m. local time. Principia maybe had the upset win to get here on the tournament. Taking down number 6 Columbus, 74-62 that final. Get 35 points in the third quarter. That's when they dominated and really turned the game on its head. Money kicks it to Savage in the corner. Off on another 3. Another opportunity here. And hoisting and connecting. Colvin Landrew.
And there's so much help side because of how good of a driver he is downhill, but his ability off the bounce to still be able to get a high percentage look. Another one right here.
Heat check, got it again. Nearly doubled his scoring total on the night in the last handful of seconds. He's up to 13 points. And if he sees one go in, I mean, all of a sudden you could be in for a world of hurt defensively.
He started off this game 1 of 6 from the field. You got to give Principia a ton of credit. I feel like for the most part of this game, they've done a really good job making sure that he sees white jerseys anytime he catches the ball, whether it's in pick and roll or isolations or in transition. But give Landry a ton of credit as we see some of these highlights. Like he sees a lot of white jerseys. He does a good job of keeping his eyes up and attacks off the isolation, and then in transition, able to knock it in. It just has such a silky smooth jump shot.
Hit 6 threes yesterday. It was 6 of 10. The rest of the team was 0 for 13. Well, he's had some help after a slow start here today. And a 6-0 run as Wheeler up by 5 now. Torre for Slay. Left it short. Fight for the rebound. Picked up by Salisbury, but a turnover. That Torre will head to the free throw line. Isim Torre, the junior from Chesterfield, Missouri, who had 19 points in their opening win of the Geico City of Palms Classic. Guy's got offers from Illinois and Central Florida, St. Louis, Xavier, and more. Interest, too, from Mizzou and Coach Dennis Gaines. That's just down the road from his program. It's in the suburbs of St. Louis. Taking on a Wheeler side from Marietta, Georgia, about 20-plus miles northwest of Atlanta.
Torrey played for the Gateway Knights in the New Balance circuit. Struggled this summer. He averaged 11 points per game, but only shot 33% from the field, so wasn't efficient this summer.
Just their second miss from the free throw line, 7 of 9. This game's been played in a pretty small window. Berth in the semis. He's at stake here. Turning, fading. That's a difficult shot. Tough one for Shamar Madden. And a foul on the open floor. This game's had a good ebb and flow.
Yep.
Not too much in the way of stop and start. It's a very high-scoring opening quarter.
And both teams run really good offense. I mean, they get the ball on both sides of the floor. They make the extra pass. There's dribble penetration. There's good balance between isolation basketball versus when to move the ball. Both of the stars of these respective teams between Coleman and Landry really, I think, have a good awareness and understanding of when it's their time to attack. So do really well coach programs.
Higston Money, the junior, at the free throw line, and he splits the pair. Makes it a one-possession game. It is bonus the rest of this third quarter for Principia, and they have 5 minutes to go. So they have been forcing the issue, creating a lot of contact. Team that only attempted 13 total free throws in their win on Thursday versus Columbus. They've got a chance to take a ton here in this third.
So they're trying to get an ISO post-up right now for Landrew.
Salisbury lost it. Coleman comes away with it and pulls things back. Chance to potentially tie. Coleman going to work. Hangs in the air. Too strong. Tip no good. And it's out of bounds to Wheeler.
Even though he missed that one, that's such a great move from Coleman, and just so much pace in that. You know, he's not a guy that's going to beat you with his speed or his strength, but it's kind of the change of pace, kind of being slippery around the rim. Just wasn't able to get that floater.
Felt like he did all the hard work there and then kind of just missed the shot that he created a lot of space on the drive with. And there's a killer drive from Savage all the way in with the right hand.
It was a ghost screen, a guard-on-guard ghost screen. Poor communication, Principia.
And a charge whistled against Kasip Torre. He's in disbelief. I think it took a second or two for him to realize he thought that was an and one. So that's the first foul against the team, but that is his third. And it's still just a 5-point game, but you know, with Wheeler's potential, I mean, their starting five is as good as any you're going to see this weekend. They can extend things quickly. Today they've been led by James, who's out on the floor right now. He's got 17, but saddled with 3 fouls. Landry has 13. Savage with the step back 3, nails it, and the foul. Savage has 12 now.
Savage had a rough day from 3 yesterday against McNamara. Was 0 of 5 from 3. Is knocked down a few here early today, and just going underneath the screen is a switch. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication again from Principia on the handoff action. And how about Savage with the nice step back, making them pay.
That finishes up the 4-point play. 3 players in double figures. A lead as big as it's been all night long. I don't like some contact on the dunk attempt. No foul. And a bump on the drive as Landrew drew some contact.
How about the hustle from Landrew? It looked like Principia was going to get an easy one from beating the 3/4 court press. He comes back in the play, gets the block, and then sprints the floor to get to the opposite corner and draw the foul.
Whistle goes against Wheeler. Love that camera angle. You see just how low Kevin Savage III is when he's inbounding it underneath the bucket. Principia's had a handful of turnovers. In the last couple of minutes, the offense has been stymied. They were outscored by 6 in the second quarter. They've been outscored 11-6 here in the third after a promising start. They need Quentin Coleman and company to figure things out quickly, and that's a good possession. Sekou Cisse, the 6'9" junior, gets the bucket. Had 11 on Thursday. They'd like to activate him and get him going. Guy who just got offers from Illinois and Arizona State. Savage gets another bucket to go.
And that was a great screen from Cedric Tillis. He flipped the screen at the last second to allow Savage to go strong with his left hand. Great play there.
Coleman got stripped and just rolled into the corner. Another look. Bucket will count as they sort out the foul.
That's one thing this Principia team can really do against Columbus yesterday. 17 second chance points. They really hit the offensive glass. I believe 12 offensive rebounds. They got multiple guys, even off of missed shots. They're going to go crash the glass. So if you're Wheeler, it's very important, especially with this lead, to box out and allow no second chance points.
Cisse at the free throw line had 11 points and 5 rebounds yesterday. He put up 50 points in just the second half alone in that clutch victory versus Columbus. Conversation continues. And it looks like they're going to count the bucket and give him 2 shots. Chance for a big possession. To Cisse. She's in on the first. The team shooting just 40% so far. 9 of 12 from the free throw line, 75%. Into a 4-point possession. Maybe that's exactly what the Panthers need to scratch their way back in this one.
Here's this flat ball screen again.
Savage, another difficult step back. Knocked around. Oxair came up with it, but then a jump ball. C.J. Tillis Jr. He's not giving up the rock.
And they're sticking to that high ball screen, that two-man action between Savage and Tillis. I always believe when you set a flat ball screen defensively, you need to send the ball to one direction, because a quick guard like Savage, where he can pick either way to go, that's extremely tough to guard.
Madden surging his way forward with a nice shot out the window.
Great footwork from Madden. Finished with the right, went off the right foot as well to throw off the shot blocker. His timing on that one kind of stopped early on his drive. It's a very skilled shot.
It's foul number 7. We mentioned that Principia has been in the bonus for a few minutes already. That bucket from Madden, he's a sophomore. It's already had a couple of offers, including from Auburn down on the Plains. Free throw line right now, keeping the Panthers in this. Made 7 free throws in just the third quarter. Made that opening round victory. Made even more in this third quarter today. 9 for 11 from the Cherries trying the last 5.5 minutes.
Well, you were talking, Max, about how great the flow of this game was. You kind of jinxed that.
Absolutely. Entirely my fault. Here's another one. Fouls mounting both ways. But for the Panthers, I mean, this team that's been trailing the majority of this game after a good start. How are they able to get to the line so frequently?
Well, they got multiple guys that can drive the ball, that have good positional size.
Landrew crosses it up on Torrey. Lost it for a second, though, but he wanted to step back into the corner instead for Madden. Apparently drew any iron. Chance to get this back down to a 1-possession deficit. Coleman straight on and down the hatch.
It was the first dribble from Coleman after he caught that ball. He really threw the ball out there. It's called an escape dribble to create that space for the pull-up 3.
All of a sudden, he is up to 24 points. And the deficit is just 2. Savage got bumped a little bit too quick and strong with the hedge from Cisse.
They're sending the house on Landry. Anytime he touches the ball, they are in heavy help side positions. So if you are on the weak side, whether it's Savage, Lewis, James, you have to be ready to shoot the basketball.
Both teams in the bonus now. Been a very lengthy third quarter. Savage has had a brilliant day. 16 points. 6 of 13 from the floor. Anthony mentioned the woes he had from 3 a day ago. Well, that could be the beauty of tournaments just like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick turnaround. So either good game or a bad game. I mean, you talk about Landry, who had 37 points, you know, yesterday. Probably a career high at this level for him. You know, it's a new day today. You know, you have to kind of leave that behind you, take away schematically some of the things that worked well, and do it again the next day.
Good look inside. The contest had a foul. And I'm sure you could attest, head coaches in the college level must love to see somebody respond the way that a Kevin Savage has responded after maybe a poor performance yesterday. Looked like not only a foul, but maybe some contact on the floor as well. Ron Henry went down. And then
Oh, just landed on him.
Adder just came down with a foot on his chest.
Yeah, nothing malicious there.
This will be the 13th free throw attempt for the Panthers in this quarter. Just their third miss. They have attempted a handful more free throws than field goals. It's been that kind of stretch. You knew as soon as I said this game had a good ebb and flow. We were doomed. It's one. Back to a one-possession game. You could just tell Kevin Savage really controls the offense here. Great head on his shoulders. They get Landrew going. He's down to the post right now. Working around a couple of screens. He's got it now. Shot clock at 10. Landrew creates some space off the screen. Couldn't hit the jumper, but they ain't keep it alive.
Principia was fortunate on that one. I believe it was Adder who was late coming up on the switch. I mean, you're talking about a guy that is a deadly three-point shooter, knocked down 6 yesterday. You have to be at the level of the screen if you're switching against Landrew.
Landrew, another three ball. 0 for 2 possession for him, but he gets the steal in the backcourt. Reclaims it, and now they can hold for the final shot. Even though he missed a couple of efforts, keeping his head in it, the energy has been great from Landrew.
So with his quickness and upper body strength, he's able to get a lot of those loose balls.
Be a fortunate break there with the shot clock off. Savage going that quickly didn't turn things over. 16.4 to go. He tried to go back to Landrew. He's got it right now, isolated. With Ron Henry on him.
It's a great call.
Got that arm around. Offensive foul. That'll be Landrew's second. And now the Panthers do have a chance at the last shot of this third quarter. Another look.
And you see Landrew's trying to read that first help side defender. Does he have enough of an angle to get into that little crevice space into the painted area? And the reason why he had to hook is because he had to take a tighter angle. It's a good call from the referee, though.
Coleman, game clock's under 2, and they will not get a shot off. 54-51, 8 minutes to go in Fort Myers. Quarterfinal number 2, and a berth in the semis on the line. This matchup between Principia and Wheeler that has been razor thin the margin pretty much all night long. The Geico City of Palms Classic is brought to you by Geico. It feels good to Geico. So we mentioned this is quarterfinal number 2. We watched last night. It was Paul VI put up 93 points, decisive victory over Calvary Christian. We got our matchup between these two teams right here that should be decided shortly. A date on Monday will follow for the winner, and then 2 more great games to look forward to before we cap off this Saturday night.
Now, I love to see, I mean, you see a lot of the teams in this bracket, not the traditional powerhouses that you are used to seeing. We saw Lehigh go down early in this tournament, Columbus go down, and so you're starting to see new programs take that next step. So it's going to be a fun finish these last few days of the tournament.
Yeah, the Villagers took down a top 20 St. John Bosco team. Bartlett beat number 19 Lehigh a day ago. They beat them by 14 points too.
Yeah.
There's also, you know, a handful of teams still hanging around, like this Panthers squad that is in the City of Palms Classic for the first time, and they're showing out.
Yeah.
And that's got to be fun for them to join the storied history of this tournament. This is the 52nd edition. be a part of history. I mean, these are where stars are born. So many of these guys are going to be seen playing at a high level collegiately, and this tournament always you're going to see some future pros
Absolutely.
too. 3-point game. We are just 2 of 7 from 3. A 3 would tie it. Torrey slicing his way in, step back. Jumper from the free throw line, no good. As Landrew collects the rebound. Let's think about once you get to these weekend tilts too, the energy picks up. Winner gets an off day tomorrow too. Chance to relax a little bit, maybe enjoy the sunshine down in Florida. Landrew all the way in, absorbs the contact and finishes right through it.
That was poor help side from Lewis because he was in the position, but he did not put his body on the line. As we look at it again here, number 0 Lewis kind of just takes a jab and then gets out of the way. You got to understand at this level, Coleman Landrew, when he's coming down with a full head of steam, you got to stop his forward momentum, or otherwise it's going to be trouble.
Landrew up to 16 points now. It's 57-51. 7 minutes left to play. Torrey hits his man in the air and a nice finish.
Good job of Torrey playing off of 2 Pete and then was able to get that help side defender in the air and also be able to get some balance to get that nice finish.
Savage draws the foul. Looks like they got Wyatt Slay there. Oh. It's a lot of ball boys present for this one, too. And they've been really working their tails off all day, 7 games a day ago.
I wonder, do they do shifts of ball boys? Do they rotate them in or out? Or, I mean, that's a long day. I mean,
that I don't know, but they are tireless. They're just having fun out there. You said you had that job once upon a day when you were 9.
I did.
First job.
First job, and I got fired. Nice.
Quentin Coleman 6-3. I wasn't going to do you like that. You got fired at halftime for eating a hot dog.
Yes. We talked about that pregame. It's bad memories, but these ball boys are much better. And this game, this competition is also much better.
We got ourselves a 1-point game. You can hear the crowd getting into it. There's the long strides from Landrew, but he blew the layup. The Panthers have really started off this 4th quarter nicely. Slay for the lead. Here's some oohs and ahs from the faithful that have made the journey from St. Louis.
One weakness of this Principia team is their 3-point shooting. Shot under 30% yesterday, only made 3 thus far.
Landrew from way downtown. Oh, follows his shot of the 2-handed slam.
I'll tell you one thing, Max. Coach Hurley is going to appreciate this kid's hustle next year. I mean, off his own miss from the wing, just crashes the class. He has such a great knack and instinct for finding the basketball, whether it's a loose ball or whether it's a rebound. There's been many times where he's been the one that's been able to get the loose ball. Same result on that possession and ends with a slam.
That's so difficult and tough for the defense. You force a long 3, and then you have 2 guys fighting for the rebound. Neither one controls it, and then maybe the most talented guy on the floor is right there to mop things up. But you go in the huddle right now. Both these teams won state titles a year ago. If you're the Panthers and you're Jay Blossom in his 3rd season with this program and their first ever trip to this tournament, he's got to appreciate the effort he's seen so far through the opening round upset and what he's seen tonight. But with 5:40 left, they're down by 3. Quentin Coleman's having a heck of a game, but what's the strategy down the stretch?
Well, I think if you're Wheeler, I want to see if Principia can make 3-point baskets. I'm having heavy help side. I've continued to pressure as Wheeler has done. And I'm trying to see if they're going to be able to knock down some of those open looks and take them out of the paint. I like this look right here. You got a little bit of a zone.
Torrey doing a lot of dribbling with Coleman, who's got 27. And a whistle goes against the Panthers. Out of the break, Ron Henry. That's his third.
See this again. Yeah, on that one is Coleman. That went too early. 9 out of 10 times when there's a moving screen, a lot of times it's the guard who doesn't wait for the screen to be set. Sets your big man up for failure.
How tough is that for a high school kid to learn just the patience when the screen's coming your way?
Yeah, because you're so eager to go because you want to come off of it and make a play, but slow and steady wins the race. That's why you see some of the best guards in the NBA play with such great pace. Talk about like a Luka. He's never in a rush to come off of the screen.
Landrew, very patient right here as he hits the floor. Lost possession. It's a 3-on-1. And Coleman just gave it right back. Lost his footing in the corner. The look ahead, and Landrew lost his footing. I think you got to stop this and wipe up a few spots on the floor. We talked about this last night, just how many games there have been.
It looks like a huge wet spot from the...
And that was scary because he was about to go dunk that with authority.
It's one of those ones you can't really,
back up quickly.
You can't blame the ball boys because the game's going back and forth, so they don't really have an opportunity to get out there and wipe it thoroughly with multiple turnovers.
And you know, with all these guys hitting the floor, the court's only getting more and more slippery.
There's 2 turnovers in a row, so I mean, that's, geez, that could have been.
I mean, you could see his shoe mark just sliding all the way through the arc there.
I'm just glad he's okay.
And does that affect the confidence of the footing when you're making cuts for the next 444?
No, because I mean, that looked like a clear, distinguished wet mark. You know, I don't think that's a floor issue per se, so you just got to just make sure to get that wiped up and play on.
Good job by this officiating crew of just stopping that, too, because that was a situation that could have gotten a little out of hand. All of a sudden, we were going end to end with 3 slips in a row. And the breaks kind of evened out because
it did.
Principia was going to have a 3-on-1, and then all of a sudden, but Coleman fell down, and Open Landrew followed suit. Coleman for the tie. Got it. 59 all.
It's a nice set where you get him coming off of a handoff, and then you get a rescreen, so his defender has to get through 2 screens, gets caught up, and then how about this on the other end? Making a play on the quick guard of Savage. Hopefully he's okay here, but terrific plays from Coleman on both ends of the floor.
That was incredibly impressive. His game in microcosm, the 4-star player who's going to Wake Forest. It's a huge 3. He hits a million clutch shots, too. Up to 30 points after 31 a day ago. He hit 4 threes on Thursday. He's got 4 here today with still some time left. But then what a great defensive play. It's got to be a brutal feeling when somebody legitimately just takes away your dribble like that.
Yeah.
In terms of the evenness, it feels like we're right back at halftime because Principia is shooting 47%. They made 21 shots. Wheeler is shooting 47%. They've made 21 shots. We're exactly level. Incredible matchup that has lived up to the billing. Deflection, but it trickles out of play.
I love to see the hustle. I mean, even on it's a small thing, but you got a guy like Landrew who's willing to almost dive into the bleachers, the stands, after that loose ball. You don't see a lot of guys that are the best players on their team that are going to set the tone with their work ethic.
Haven't led in the second half. Coleman going to work again. Got stuck in the air. Work it around. Open man was money. Looks like a foul in the backcourt that'll go against Quentin Coleman. Coleman, that'll be his 3rd, and 4 of the 5 on the court right now for the Panthers have 3 fouls. Nobody in the game has 4. Actually, got 6 guys total right now, 3 on each team that are dealing with some foul trouble. Hear the defense chant and see the energy coming from the bench for the Panthers. They're looking for another stop. They climbed all the way back, but they haven't taken the lead. Landrew skips it over to Savage. Great bounce pass. Savage has hit a few of those today. Coleman weaving through traffic, got triple teamed.
Jeez.
Gets it back and then only drew the backboard on the shot. Maybe a little force there. Going too quick. We haven't heard too much from Amari James in a while, but Savage, Landrew, and James combined for 52 of the team's 59 points. They all have 17 plus. Game 3:20, timeout. So the Panthers, after this huddle, will have the basketball. Obviously, Quentin Coleman is the guy you want to get the shot. What's the set you're drawing up right now?
I like the set that they ran where he caught the ball off of a handoff and then got a rescreen, because if you could get him loose, going off of different actions where his initial defender or the one that's guarding him has to fight through a ton of screens, I think that's the best type of movement, type of action that you can get.
This is quarterfinal number 2, and it's our first of 3 straight here to end the night. And if the other 2 are anything like this, it's going to be a very entertaining evening for a tournament that just simply always delivers every year.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about some of the best players and teams that have played in this. I just watched a podcast of Austin Rivers talking about the fact that this is kind of the stage where he was able to really make a name for himself and establish himself as a top talent. But yeah, I mean, you talk about these 2 teams here. I mean, this is just great basketball on both ends of the floor.
And we should have a great finish in store, you would imagine, too. With just 3 minutes of change to go. Game that's all knotted up. The defense has really picked up. I've only seen 13 total points in this 4th quarter. And it's felt more like playoff basketball where the shot clock's coming into play more. The possessions have been a little slower. It's been deliberate. Taking the pace down. So they get Coleman a touch. It's Money instead with a crafty finish.
Sometimes when you're expecting for a guy like Coleman to get the basketball in his hands and make a play, that provides opportunities for other guys because it's least expected for them to try to attack and make something happen.
Maybe helping off a little bit too much. Well, Money gets the bucket, got the steal, gave it right back though. 3 ball got blocked. That was Coleman with the great closeout. And it's Principia basketball.
This Principia team, in terms of their hustle, making the extra effort, commitment to the defensive end, getting loose balls, putting their bodies on the line. This is as good of a team that you're going to find of guys that are committed to playing winning basketball. This again, how about this block? Getting out there against Landrew to get a tip of it, and then you got Money flying in there trying to get his hands on the rebound.
Lewis picked up the foul. No points in the last 3 minutes for Wheeler. They've led most of the night. They trail here. And Money do it again. Turn around. High level of difficulty, but he buries it.
It's a guy that had only 3 points, 1 of 6 yesterday. Coming up huge in the clutch time here for Principia.
With that last name, he's got to be clutch at the end of games. And in winning time, he is coming through for this squad. And they get the turnover. The offensive struggles continue for Wheeler.
Not the struggle of Salisbury. 16 points yesterday, only 3 here today. 0-1 from the field.
He has been mighty quiet. Only 1 rebound, just 1 assist. Slay picks up the loose ball. Good power dribble, unable to finish. Second chance, and it falls down. Rod Henry, 6-point advantage. Savage Absorbs some contact. The putback good. Timely bucket from Landrew to end that drought of nearly 4 minutes without a point.
Win or lose for Wheeler, I think one of the biggest things that they're going to look at in film is like understanding the strengths and weaknesses of your opponent. I mean, Principia is thus far in the game 4 of 11 from 3. They don't take a lot of threes. They don't make a lot of threes. However, during this comeback, Principia has lived in the paint. They've been able to get in there. There hasn't been enough help side, in my opinion, to try to force them to take perimeter shots. So it's a learning experience of, you know, allowing your opponent to kind of play to their strength and what that can do to your lead.
So we talked about the stars when we came to this broadcast live. Quentin Coleman, 32 points. He got credit for that tip in too. So his 32 after 37 a day ago. And then on the other side, Coleman Landrew, who with that rebound now has a double-double. That was rebound number 10. And with the bucket, he's now up to 20 points too. So 20 and 10 on 7 of 17 from the floor for the UConn commit. With 90 seconds left, it's the upstart, the underdog in their first ever trip to the Geico City of Palms Classic. They've already pulled off one stunner. That was an unnecessary pass and a giveaway. James to Savage. Amari James all the way in, and it's a 2-point game.
Good job of James of not settling. Attack downhill. Still can cut this thing into one possession. Don't have to go for a 3 here. Plenty of time. Now you just got to get a stop.
You're trying to milk this shot clock all the way down. Differential's about 30 seconds right now. Lead is 2. Coleman had his man hit the deck, then he falls on the floor, and they give it away. That's the second time he's slipped up in this fourth quarter. You can see his frustration.
Yeah.
Really just losing his footing.
Now that looked like a wet spot. It didn't look like just a loss of balance.
Those tend to happen at this stage of the game after this many games when it's in the painted area. But this was a clutch bucket when they needed it. Kind of right through everybody. No help defense, 2-point game. Savage calling his own number, and that will be 2 free throws.
It's that 2-man action between Landrew and Savage, and then Savage can pick which side he wants to attack. See it again. It's kind of like a flat screen from Landrew, and then the second option out of that is if Savage gets down there, doesn't have anything, he can hit Landrew for a pick and pop. Was able to carve out an angle and draw the foul.
Savage, 17 points, perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. It's to tie this game up, but he misses the front end. Just 10 of 15 as a team from the free throw line. He missed them both. Slay with the look ahead. Got a chance to add to the lead. Great layoff, and it's slammed home by Ron Henry. Great find in transition. They hit the gas pedal up by 2 when Wheeler wanted to foul. And now a great trap and a timeout. Landrew got stuck. Larry Thompson calls time, and what a stretch here for the Panthers. And a great heady play here from Slay.
Yeah, it's a great play. Get the ball ahead and then get a finish with authority from Henry. I mean, just the comeback from this Principia team. I mean, it's remarkable what can happen when all 5 guys are connected. You're playing physical, you're playing hard, get every loose ball. You know, this is a under the radar type of team coming into this City of Palms Classic tournament and getting the opportunity now to see themselves in a semifinal.
Less than 11 seconds. It'll be a sideline out of bounds for Wheeler, but they're going to have to hurry. I don't think at this stage you can try for a quick 2. You need a 3 right now.
if you could get a really quick one off the initial catch and maybe like one dribble to the basket, I would definitely take it. But if this clock gets anything under 7, you definitely need a 3.
It's been the Panthers that have really made the winning plays towards the tail end of this game. I mean, 2 missed free throws, and then they get a rebound, and it leads to a fast break dunk. An incredibly important sequence, and they give it away on the inbounds right out of the timeout. Torre is fouled, and that should just about seal this one.
Just a poor decision on the inbound pass. If you're going to make that pass, you got to put some zip on the ball.
They get a layup, and it's more for Quentin Coleman, who's been eating all night long. Principia, the Panthers are marching on. 2 wins in their first ever Geico City of Palms Classic. Pulled off the upset against Columbus. Now they take down Wheeler, and they will meet PVI in the semis on Monday night. What impressed you most about this team and about today's player of the game? Naturally, has to be Quentin Coleman.
Yeah, obviously Coleman, great game. 34 points, an efficient 11 of 17 from the field, 7 rebounds. You got to give the complementary pieces a ton of credit for sticking in there when they were down, making the extra toughness plays. But it was Coleman all night long from the 3-point line, getting downhill, so silky smooth, the long wingspan, and just having a terrific tournament, coming off a 31-point performance against Columbus. The guy that only averaged 12 points per game for Brad Beal Elite, but making his mark here. Wake Forest has a good one coming.
Trey's got 8 threes and 65 points in 2 games against 2 top 15 teams in the country.
That's how you put yourself on the radar, and that's how you build confidence also as a player of like, man, I can do this at the highest of high levels.
An incredibly entertaining matchup between Principia and Wheeler, and it's the upstart Panthers under third-year head coach Jay Blossom, who are moving on to that matchup with Paul VI on a Monday. They'll square off at 6:30 local time. A berth in the championship the following day on Tuesday will be on the line. The other 2 spots in the semifinals are still up for grabs. Bartlett and Petersburg is our next matchup coming up shortly here from the Geico City of Palms Classic. We appreciate you tuning in. For my partner Trey Demps and our entire production team, I'm Max Toma. We'll be back shortly here from Southwestern Florida State College.